Okay, you're on.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Happy New Year to all of you. 恭喜發財，新年快樂！大家快樂過新年。各位兄弟姊妹，過年快樂！身體健康，係咁啦。Okay. Happy New Year to all of you.
你名？阿威啊？
阿威啊，威！恭喜發財啊！身體健康。OK。
飲多啲酒食。
飲多啲酒啊！
OK。
冇飲咁多酒係咪？
唔好飲咁多酒啊！
飲 whisky 多啲啦。
whisky 就唔好飲咁多啊。
XO 係咪
？XO 就唔好飲咁多。OK 啦。
OK， 咧綠妹。
OK。七叔七嬸咩啊？恭喜發財啊！身體健康，萬事如意，想個贏得個贏。合家大細阿滿啊、平平啊、阿芬啊、窿中啦，合家啦，窿中啦，合家平安。
OK 啊。OK， 阿老闆，飲咗多啲啦。
對調睇咯哇！啱你調啊嚇？
啱我呢調啊！
已經係啱我個調嘅。我調我用我講嘛。合格平安啦嚇！最緊要啊進退順利最緊要啦。OK。OK。得啦，我呢度幾個。
我依家我哋影緊相啊，即係做 video 咁樣。做 video。你想幾個人先啊？問入嚟咯，等我出入問入嚟咯。你講話依家都變咗曬啦，係咯？你講話係咯，快有聲咧，大家朋友睇啲機會睇下咯。咁啊，我笑啲咯。有啊。今日我哋幫你講恭喜發財咯，喺我哋大家幫你講恭喜發財，紅包快樂，身體健康，萬事如意，快啲好，三省四成係啦，仲講除到嗰個鼻毛，係啦，鼻毛，咁將後數到晒啦，阿文，依家你入嚟啦。依家我做題力得啦 ，OK， 你入去講下啦。OK， 阿老伯，拜年，身體健康。阿文。冇嘢你講嘛 ？Thank you。飲醒啊！即係飲滾死啦！OK 啦。OK， 所以恭喜發財啦。But do you think of pride?
Oh yes.
Pride. So you tell us something about pride.
It was very.
How you think of pride?
Pride is a good place to stay. And then now think back, we have got a good life in Pride. Pride is a peaceful place. And then you can go and catch fish, crab. We think back all this. Feeling quite happy about it.
So, what do you miss most in Pride?
Miss more? Catching fish and crab.
How old were you when you left Pride?
1955.
How 你幾多歲啊？
At the time, 21 or 22?
22歲啊。
Huh?
你去哪？
Where?
You left Pride to go where?
Join the Air Force.
Join the Air Force
Straight away come to Singapore.
and join the Air Force.
Join the Air Force.
What were you doing in the Air Force, Singapore?
First of all, recruit training. After that, go for courses. And then send out to work on aircraft.
Recruit training, join the Air Force. You came in as a recruit, is it?
Yes.
At that time, Singapore was still part of Malaysia.
Yes.
So, did you pilot the plane before?
No. I piloted a plane when I left the Air Force and worked for one of the American company. We used to fly from here, from Singapore to Jakarta.
You mean you are the pilot?
I just assist to fly, that's all.
You mean the plane?
Yeah.
I didn't know you can fly a plane.
To take off and landing, no. Well, that is the one I cannot learn because the plane is not for training, you see. Without license, fly it. Because the pilot said, if he has a heart attack, at least I can manage to bring the aircraft down.
I see.
To save his life and be able to save my life.
How long were you in the Air Force?
Until about 10 years.
So you were in the Singapore Air Force for 10 years, from 1954 until 1965.
Round about that.
1964.
Round about that.
When you left the Air Force, was Singapore part of Malaysia?
I was jobless. At that time, life is very, very difficult.
Or when you left Pride that time, is it?
No. When I left the Air Force.
Why did you leave the Air Force?
Because contract is over.
Contract is over.
Yes. And then at that time, to find a job in Singapore is not easy. So I went and helped people to repair those diesel engine. Go down to the sea and work on those small boats. It was a hard time.
What year was that?
No, after I left the Air Force, we think about 3 or 4 years. Then I found another job.
But at that time, Singapore was part of Malaysia.
At that time, it's already independent.
They've got independent.
Already independent.
Why didn't you go back to Malaysia?
No, I found Malaysia, to find a job is more difficult at that time. Singapore, you have more chances.
Do you become a Singapore citizen?
Then when I had my first child, I become a Singaporean.
I see. So what happened after you left the Air Force? How many years before you found the job with the next company? Which company was that?
All American. The exact name I cannot remember. I can remember all American engineering or something like that.
What were you doing in that company?
That is really flying the aircraft from here to Jakarta time. The job is very risky.
Tell me something about the job.
Because you have to pick up a container from a moving boat. The boat is not very big, approximately 100 feet long, and then there is a boat They pick up the seabed, whether any oil down there. And then in the tape, we go to the boat and hook it up, fly across the moving boat and hook it up into the boat, no, into the aircraft.
How do you hook the container from the moving boat to the aircraft?
Okay. In the back of the boat, we found 2 iron posts up like that. And then the top part, 5 feet, we put a bamboo stick, both sides. And then we put a container right in the middle, run the roof across the 2 posts and come back hold the container. So our aircraft following the side of the boat up and down. So when we fly across, we put the hook down at the back of the aircraft. So when we fly across, we hook the rope and pull up the container.
Oh, once you pull up the container, how do you put it onto the aircraft?
They winch it in near the aircraft. I got to use one hand and pull it inside the aircraft, which weighing approximately 90 pounds.
I see. What is inside these containers?
Computer tape.
Computer tapes. Why are these computer tapes being loaded from a boat? Why don't they go to the port and unload it?
No, they cannot stop.
Oh, because at that time Singapore port is not sophisticated enough to take the boats. No?
Well, the boat is not allowed to stop. When they stop, every second it costs them $2,000. They will keep on moving.
I see. So that way you have to constantly keep on taking as many cargoes as you can and bring it up to the plane.
Yes.
And then but how do you bring it up from the plane? It's a 90 pound equipment.
Maybe winch it near the window. I just use my hand, use one hand to pull it inside the aircraft, unload it, and then reload it with meals, letters, and medicine, and then you fly in front of the boat. The boat moving forward, so you fly across it, and then we throw the container down with the plastic string hook onto it. As soon as the boat comes to the rope, you just
winch it up.
Just go down, pull the container to the side of the boat.
I see.
So they just hook it up.
I see. So is it something you have to do every day?
About twice a week.
And when you're doing, who's piloting the plane? The pilot will be piloting the plane. The plane is, what kind of plane is that?
Cessna 310.
I see. And how far from Singapore do you have to fly to the boat?
Sometimes halfway we do a pickup. Sometimes we go to Jakarta 1 day earlier. Then the next day morning, we go and hook the container.
I see. And how far do you have to fly from Singapore to this boat?
About 3 hours.
Where is the boat?
In Indonesia somewhere.
I see. Okay. Is it near Java?
I don't know.
I see. You take off from Paya Lebar, I suppose.
Take off from Paya Lebar.
Okay. That's very interesting. Okay, I'll stop the recording now.